Federal investigators searching for more information about a man from Greater Hazleton who went to the White House this morning and told security a bomb would go off in his truck. The Hazel Township man who made a White House bomb threat, our top story on News 13 at 4:30.
From the Samsung Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Bazinski. In custody in the nation's capital is 44-year-old Christoph Wasik of Hazel Township. The latest on the story and what's going on back at the man's home in our area, Matthew Petrillo is live in the studio with the very latest. Matthew?
Kathy, Washington, D.C. police confirmed the Pennsylvania man who threatened to blow up a truck near the White House is from Hazel Township. D.C. police shut down surrounding streets and the entrance to a nearby metro station while the Secret Service inspected the truck for explosives. A spokesman for police says Wasik told an officer at the White House that this morning a bomb would explode in a truck parked nearby. News 13 went to the home of the man located on the 300 block of Goshen Avenue in Hazel Township. No one was there at the time, but according to published reports, a woman living at the home, who did not want to provide her name, says Wasik has mental illness and may have stopped taking his medications. She says the Secret Service called her at 5 o'clock this morning, saying they had her husband in custody because of the incident. The woman says the two separated 2 weeks ago, adding he's not a violent man. Now, we talked to people in the neighborhood who told us the community is generally quiet. Still, they looked speechless after knowing what a neighbor who lives on their street threatened to do.
You're kidding. And where were they from? They just say here.
Yeah, here.
Wow. Well, that is strange. That's very, very strange.
Yeah, it does shock me, but I don't know who it could be. I never heard of them.
Lives with Wasik told the Secret Service that he does not have a bomb. She says Wasik works in Scranton as a truck driver, though the woman couldn't say why he would be at the nation's capital. Police charge Wasik with making felony threats. He's currently being held pending a court appearance. And Kathy will continue updating this continuing story.
Yeah, I think at this point it's important to say, even though he's been charged, the police on the scene there in D.C. never actually found any bomb or materials in the truck.
Right.
Okay, thanks so much for keeping us on top of that, Matt. Well, we've reported a number of stories about the Keystone Job Corps Center slashing admissions due to a budget shortfall. Now they'll have to make a permanent reduction to the number of students they admit. The U.S. Department of Labor has informed the company that runs Keystone that it has ordered a 22% reduction in the number of students it accepts as of July 1st. That means the center's roster of 600 students will be reduced to 471. The center has already reduced new admissions under an earlier freeze mandated by the department due to the Department of Labor shortfall. It cut its roster to 400 students and could go as low as 240 students if the freeze stays in effect. There have been no layoffs resulting from that freeze. Job Corps is a federal program open to economically disadvantaged youths where they can earn a high school diploma and learn a trade. Well, Hazleton Area School District is hoping the new STEM school will help students find better job opportunities in the future. Now they're getting help and funding from a local utility. PPL made a $10,000 donation to the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences today to show their ongoing support for the school. The funds will be used for technology equipment for the academy and scholarship opportunities for students in need. The school district is thrilled to see the support from PPL, and administrators say this is the first donation the school has received, but they're sure it won't be the last.
PPL has been beside us from the very beginning with their support. Now they've followed this up with this monetary donation that is very significant and so much appreciated and will benefit our students so much. It's overwhelming to me. It's wonderful.
When we learned about the initiative for the STEM school, we wanted to be part of their success. We wanted to help them in any way we could. So we are helping them both financially and with resources to make the STEM school a success.
Studies show that there is a high demand for jobs in STEM fields and that these numbers are only going to increase in the future. Well, with prom season and graduation right around the corner, the community is trying to keep Hazleton area students safe as well. Today, Christina Papa met with Sorrento Gardens and Students Against Destructive Decisions as they showed kids the dangers of driving drunk.
Fernando Rodriguez was driving drunk when he got in an accident.
I had 2 drinks because when I was driving, my head was hurting and I didn't know if I was going fast or slow. Everything was so difficult to do. I wasn't braking on time, and that's why I got in an accident.
Luckily, Fernando was behind the wheel of a DUI simulator when he got in his accident and not really on the road. Today, Sorrento Gardens, along with Students Against Destructive Decisions, or SAD, held a special event at Hazleton Area High School where seniors got the chance to safely sit behind the wheel of a car drunk.
The project today is called the DUI Simulator, and what the DUI Simulator does, it gives students an actual feeling for what it may be like to be intoxicated on the road, maybe in a snowstorm or any type of adverse conditions while they're behind the wheel.
And you begin to drive out normal, and then they begin to increase your alcohol level. It keeps increasing, and you end up acting like you're drunk driving.
High school student and president of SAD Club at Hazleton, Paul Lehman, thinks the simulator will help kids stop and think before they drink and drive.
It's scary. I mean, you run into other cars, you run off the road, you have head-on collisions. It's crazy.
But Sorrento Gardens brought so much more than just the simulator to the high school today to help the students learn about drugs and alcohol.
Inside, we do have members of the Sorrento Gardens staff here just teaching kids about the dangers of smoking, driving, everything you can do. We also have DUI glasses that you can walk and try to take a sobriety test just like you have when you get pulled over.
And students say even with these drunk goggles on, driving between the lines is more difficult than walking this straight line.
But instead, it was like something crazy. Like driving drunk is definitely extremely hard.
And as prom season and graduation are coming up quickly, Fernando says he now knows that driving drunk is no joke.
No, I would not drive drunk because I'm safe.
Christina Papa, News 13, Hazleton.
And coming up on News 13, officials in one township say that plans for their new police station have to be put on hold because of a funding problem. We'll tell you where. But a resignation by a supervisor in another local township sparks an uproar, even a legal battle. We'll break it down just ahead on News 13. And let's check the winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you play. The daily, 934. The big four, 7634. Quinto, 82318, and the treasure hunt 15, 18, 20, 24, and 27. Hope you won.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Community Services for Sight invites you to a Vera Bradley luncheon Sunday, April 14th at Capriotti's in McAdoo. Tickets are just $23 in advance and $26 at the door, and the ticket includes lunch and a chance to win new and retired Vera Bradley handbags. Call 570-455-0421 for more information. Also tonight, Yingling, along with USA Boxing, are presenting the Pennsylvania Golden Gloves Boxing event. The Tournament of Champions will be held Friday, April 12th at Marion Catholic High School. Doors open at 6 p.m. and first bout is at 7. For tickets or information, please call 570-773-3966. And finally, the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center will be holding a free stroke screening Friday, April 19th, and again, Friday, May 10th from noon to 4 p.m. at the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center. A cardiologist will also be on site for a consultation. An appointment is required and space is limited. For info or an appointment, call 570-501-4264. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Joseph Kubilis Jr., formerly of Hazleton. Private services were held from Catonsville, Maryland. Memorial Mass will be held in Hazleton at the convenience of the family. Aldine Kennelly of Sugarloaf. Graveside services will be held Thursday at 11 a.m. in the Union Cemetery. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. John J. Kashak Jr. of Eckley. Funeral is Friday at 10:30 a.m. from the McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 9 to 10:30 a.m. Richard H. Keshner of Drums. Funeral is Friday at 11 a.m. from the Butler Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 10 a.m. until the time of service. And Robert J. Beauvais Sr. of Partysville. Funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the Furo Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's, once again, the Hazleton area's #1 rated restaurant. Call 570-501-3410 for information on luncheon packages.
Yesterday was quite a day in one local community. First, a township supervisor resigned from his elected post, and then residents packed a scheduled meeting to find out what happened. Matthew Petrillo sorts it all out and says it all could lead to a legal battle.
It's nice having a crowd. If you guys want to come to all the meetings, we can add on.
About 80 people crammed into the Sugarloaf Township meeting Tuesday night, demanding to know why Supervisor Jack Wittig wants to resign. Wittig didn't show up at the meeting, but submitted a brief letter to the Sugarloaf Township's 2 other supervisors.
I came here this afternoon and found the letter in my mailbox. It was a shock. It certainly wasn't something I expected.
Wittig's resignation letter reads, "Although there is much to say, I believe the reasons leading to this decision are known by you, and I will leave them unsaid at this time." And although he addressed it to Sugarloaf Township, both township supervisors couldn't explain why Wittig resigned.
I really don't know. That's what I'd like to know a little bit more about it.
I would not even attempt to. I don't know what the motives or the reasons, or that's not for me. I don't know.
So like when it said reasons known to you guys, that means nothing to you?
Not really. How would I know somebody's reasons for doing anything?
But some residents say they're not sure if they believe that.
Well, no, not really.
Wittig's letter says his resignation is effective immediately, but it's not clear if he's actually resigned. That's because while Supervisor Weaver motioned to accept the resignation, Supervisor Miller motioned to postpone it, and there was no third vote to break the tie.
I just feel I should find something out from him. I'd like to talk to Jack Wittig.
The decision is now tabled until next month, but Sugarloaf Chief of Police Josh Winters says the supervisor should have acted on the resignation Tuesday night.
Whether it be temporary for a week or a month or permanent, I think some action should have taken place as opposed to tabling everything.
Sugarloaf officials have 30 days to appoint a new supervisor, or the resignation could end up in court. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Sugarloaf.
And it's good news, bad news for the West Hazelton Police Department. Good news is that an anonymous donor donated more than $42,000 for a new police cruiser and 4 bulletproof vests for the station. Bad news that it did not get a grant that would fund a new police station. The West Hazelton Police Department currently shares its quarters with the fire department, making a very cramped workspace for both. West Hazelton Mayor Frank Schmidt says the money went to the big cities.
We were supposed to get $200,000 more this year, which they denied us. So with the bids coming in tonight, there's no way we're going to be able to build a police station.
There's still some hope, however. Senator John Udicek is meeting with West Hazelton officials on Friday to talk about what he might be able to do to bail out the police department. And time now for our regional weather from the National Weather Service. Checking the radar, there's that shower activity starting to move a little bit closer and closer. It's going to manifest as we get later into the day and may stay around off and on for a while. Creative condition may be blue, but it's not a rainy day. It's by Adriana Filler, our first grader at Valley Elementary. And she and all her friends are having a great time at the shore, swimming in the ocean. And hopefully we can do that soon enough. Now let's take a look at News 13 weather from the National Weather Service for Greater Hazelton for tonight. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, cloudy with a low around 50 degrees. And for Thursday, scattered showers with a high near 58. Rain will be likely overnight with a low around 41. And Friday, cloudy with a chance of rain and a high of 55. Those 70s are gone. At night, cloudy, maybe a shower with a low all the way down to 39. Then for Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 51. Cold at night, low down to 34. And for Sunday, sunny with a high near 53. On to Schuylkill County, tonight a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a low around 52. For Thursday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms again with a high up to 66. The showers and possibly a thunderstorm come in overnight, low around 46. And for Friday, showers and possibly a thunderstorm into the early afternoon and a high near 60. Cloudy at night with a low around 40. And for Saturday, the rain goes away, mostly sunny with a high near 53. Low down to 33 at night, though. And for Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 54. And still ahead on News 13, we'll talk random acts of kindness and show you how some kids are making them happen. But first, Fred Barletta talking baseball and a big at-bat for a local guy he'll show you in News 13 Sports.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
It's becoming pretty obvious that Russ Kanzler, the hometown guy here from the Hazelton area, has this AAA thing down pretty pat because, remember, 2 years ago he's the International League MVP. He's been an International League All-Star Game MVP. And starting with his third year at AAA, well, he's off and rolling again. Take a look right here. You're taking a look at Kanzler last night in their game against Charlotte. as he goes yard. And this was very big because it would help Norfolk overcome a 4-0 deficit with 5 runs in the 8th and 9th inning. And Kanzler would knock in 2 of those with that home run that you saw right there. And so he is off and rolling. He's had a base hit in every game. His average is a robust .333, and he's hitting with power. A couple of RBIs, home runs. So he is off and rolling for this Norfolk club. And as I said, I guess this AAA thing he has down pat. And, you know, he really did okay in his 100 at-bats in the major leagues. It's just that he needs to have a chance. So we'll see if that takes place. But he keeps doing his thing. And the good news is he's not getting discouraged. He's going out and playing solid baseball, as you could see right there. Now, there's the line score. Norfolk with the win over Charlotte. As far as Kyle Landis, the other kid from Hazleton, he gave up 2 hits last night, an inning and 2/3, and his first earned run. So it wasn't one of his better performances. However, it'll work. Akron, didn't matter. They were way behind in this one. The Altoona curve knocked them off. Meanwhile, the Rail Riders get upended by the Rochester Red Wings. The Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs get tripped up by Pawtucket. There's your minor league schedule for today. It's basically all of the same games as you go up and down the line. Now, on the scholastic level, yesterday, Becky Demko, Maria Trivalpiece combined to limit Pittston to just 2 hits yesterday. And when you do that, then you don't need a lot of runs to win. However, the Lady Cougars pounded out 15 hits, 12 runs. They roll over Pittston in Wyoming Valley softball. Meanwhile, a much closer game. Hanover area outlasts the Preppers of MMI 8-7. As far as baseball goes, Northwest in a good one knocks off MMI 3-1. Sam Carmen did have a little bit of damage for the Preppers, but good pitching, not enough hitting. Tennis action, straight sets. It goes to Crestwood Comets 5-0 over MMI. To track and field in the Schuylkill League, boys style, Blue Mountain, 100 points on Tamaqua. Boy, once was a time you'd never do that to Tamaqua, but it happened yesterday. Blue Mountain gets the win. On the girls' side, it was even more lopsided. 111 on the board for the Eagles. Now, Christina Streitzel, she had a good day in the field, but again, you see the final score. Straight sets. Hazleton area rides the nifty play of Brett Barron. They beat Berwick, as we said, straight sets. Today, full slate of action. There you go. Wyoming Valley baseball, you got Crestwood, Hazleton area. You go down, you got a lot of action in the Schuylkill League, including Monoy, Marion, North Schuylkill, and Tamaqua being home. Softball, Columbia Montourville Tech stops in to see MMI. Shenandoah Valley, Marion, North Schuylkill, Tamaqua, they have the home games in Schuylkill League softball. On the track, boys and girls of Hazleton area entertaining Berwick. Should be an ideal day down at the track at Cougar Park. And you got Weatherly, Panther Valley visiting Mahanoy area. Tennis, Dallas goes to MMI. So get them all in today, guys. Weather's gorgeous. Better take advantage of it.
And that's News 13 for your Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. You can catch this newscast again with rebroadcast throughout tonight, or just go to News 13's website anytime, SSPTV.com, where you'll always find the local and regional news you need and the community news you want. For the entire News 13 team, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Bazinski. Have a great night.